Hello everyone, welcome to another stream. It's been a while since we did the last stream. It's been, well, last time it was about late June. So it's good to be back. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust the microphone a little bit. It's been a hot minute since I've even recorded on OBS, alone streamed. So yeah, hope everyone's doing great today. Plan today is, if you can tell from the title and the description, we're going to be working on the S3 Rework project, which, if you've been paying attention on the community server and on the forums, you would have seen me posting about it. And yeah, it's project reworking the S3. You'll see it as we start, mapping. So hope everyone's doing great on this middle of the day Monday. I know some people might have work, but a lot of people are off from college or school, whatever. I'm one of those people. So yes, that's why we're streaming in the middle of a Monday, because I've got no job right now anyway. So that's, yeah. So let me just head on to the actual web editor. Here we are. Now, this is been my pride and joy this morning. I've just remembered I need to open up Google Maps. Let's do that now. Oh, it's the stream. I need to open up Google Maps, or else I'm not going to be able to see where I'm mapping. So yeah, this is the intersection on the S3 that to the west. It goes out to Zielona. I don't know how you pronounce it in Polish, but I'm guessing it's Zielona Góra or something along those lines. Now, what's it? This city will not be in the first version. Obviously, you can see there are plans here, there are ideas, but this won't be coming in as part of the release with all this, at least not at first. Because I want to do that separately as a future project, like a future add-on project, you could say. Maybe I should pop the chat out. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Now I can actually see. So yeah, that'll be a future project. The main focus is the actual road itself. Now, if you've been seeing the if you've been paying attention to the development posts I've been posting on both the forums and the community server on Discord, you would have seen this. This is MOP Recula, and essentially it's the service station that'll be on the route. Recreated in as accurate detail as humanly possible. Don't need to do that. And I would say it looks really good. Obviously, you'll be able to park your trucks and probably your coaches here, as you can see. You'll be able to park everything you want here. And then on this side, it's a little smaller, but it's still good nonetheless. This is A3. No, this is the S3 in Poland. The expressway, not the motorway. And don't tell anyone about this, but there is a secret section here you can go and park up if you so wish. It's not actually marked on the map, it's like a secret road, so, but it's cool. And then you go down here, and this is the intersection with the DK12. As you can see right here. There are vague plans, nothing concrete, to expand the DK12 out this way towards Glogov, which I think will probably... It'll be like way too into the future, like there's no point thinking about it now, sort of thing. But, we've got the intersection here just in case, and also because, it's good to have an intersection every once in a while, break up the repetitive just fields, have something different. I'm very happy with how this area turned out, because just look at that view. It's pretty good. Same over on this side as well, like, I'm happy with how this section turned out. This is, I think, meant to be like a motorway depot, like highways sort of depot here. You won't be able to drive into it, but it is represented. So, there you go. All with custom signage. designed specifically for this intersection, obviously, and I've tried to make it as accurate as possible. And then obviously, here we are. There has been some changes. Mandelsoft actually went through and created some custom gantries here, so you would have seen on the development screenshot that this... I mean, let me see. Let me see here. Let me show you. You were seeing, like, over here, it looks a bit messy. And essentially what Mandel has done is made custom ones here. Like, this is what the actual gantry is in real life. So, that's that. Also, I've just realized I didn't actually copy the audio. Hold on. I didn't copy the audio across. There we go. Don't know how I forgot about that. That's me being a great streamer, as we all know. If you've seen my previous streams, there's always a bit of scuff. Okay, well, yeah. So, we've got some new gantries here. They look brilliant. And then you guys have seen this intersection before. This is the intersection with the A4. Quite the behemoth. This section here is still pretty work in progress, and maybe we might start on detailing this in the stream. It won't be too much. It'll probably be like some basic detailing, just so you can get around here and finish off this so it's all interconnected. But the main focus will be up here. This is, as I mentioned, the intersection where you can go to Zielona Góra, and you know, as you can see, it's in a very good place right now. But we just need to do all the detail work. We've done the terraining. I finished the terraining this morning, and as you can see, some fun with the vertex editor. It says in my contract to make the streams as scuffed as possible. Yes, definitely. So I should probably copy this to the BRB screen and to the ending stream screen. So there we go. Just for the future. I don't know why. I don't know how I forgot to do that, but I'm really waiting for the whole Lesser Poland to be redone. Yep, that is, I mean, the eventual plan. There are other areas being worked on nearby, but obviously that's not for me to disclose or like tease or anything because it's very early days. Show map. I'm not going to show the map itself because there is an unannounced project on this map. So I'm not going to do that. As I mentioned, you know, it's not, you know, they're very early stages, as you know, stuff like that. When come Faroe Islands rework? Depends when someone on the team wants to work on that region. That's all we can say because, you know, we don't force people to work in a specific area unless they really want to. Okay, I'd say let's get mapping, shall we? So yeah, as I said, the terrain work's pretty much all done. We just need to make it look pretty because right now it's just, I mean, it's not done, very obviously. So firstly, I think we should start with the outside section, which for this, I've just kind of been doing a bit of shorter hill action. Set this like 0.2 or 0.1. And you have yourself a very nice kind of natural wall. So then when you put the trees on, it doesn't, you know, look too obvious where it ends because you can just say, oh, it just goes over the hill. ProMods, what are the best advice for modders who also are trying to make some mods to add more content with ProMods? Well, I'll give two pieces of advice. One, have a lot of patience mapping, if that is what you're referring to, which I'm sure it is. When it comes to mapping, it is an art that requires a lot of patience and like care, I guess you could say. You've got to make sure every little detail is the best it can be, and you know, like I said, it's a slow work. And also just, I don't know, do what you want to do. Don't do things because everyone else is like, oh, I want this. Do map where you want to map, obviously within reason, you know. So that's the main thing. Obviously when it comes to stuff like actually mapping, that's a whole different beast. Okay. So, I say let's start doing some trees. Now, the trees in this area are largely pine trees. I think that's what they are. Which I believe the best ones for this might be the Baltic set, actually. Pine's High. I set you to 10 and this to 50. Maybe I increase the height a little more. Yeah, that's it. And then set this to 200. So it's nice and dense. That's about the density I want. Another thing I'm going to do, this isn't exactly like real life, but it's mainly just to blend in the tree wall, which we'll be placing in a second. We want some undergrowth. Maybe set it at about 35 to 50 meters, and then 125 for the sparsity. How's that? Obviously, we'll make it look better with brushes in a second. I just want to gauge. I mean, I can have a look and see what I did, because I have lines here. Just, I might just do that. I don't know. I could do that. I could just leave it like this. No, let's fill it in with more undergrowth. Maybe about 8. And maybe make it 150. A little less dense. That's it. Now I just need a tree wall. So actually I'll just draw out a brand new tree wall here. So let's see. Let's just set this to 9. By the way, if the audio is if the music's a bit too loud or my mic's a bit too quiet, just let me know in chat and I'll make sure to adjust it. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually going to invert this, so then I can do this. How is that? That's good. Unless you're really intentionally looking for like the tree wall, you're not going to notice it. Which is the most important thing. We need more roads like Kirkenes Quarry Road. Well, until SCS releases the Iceland DLC at the very least, you do have Iceland. And also, if you just look around the ProMods map enough, you will find some more challenging roads. You'd be surprised how many we have. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start with grabbing all this tree wall. Just send it all up. I believe for this side, since this is going to be a dead end, we can just kind of end it there. Yeah, that's okay. Probably might want to raise this up a little. What country are you working on? This is Poland. What's good as well, since that is a pretty simple set of vegetation, I can just kind of put it in my head mentally and just go like this. I actually want to change my poly. Let me do that now. I forgot to do it. 25, 25. That's acceptable. And then we go. By the way, if you're curious what these BI vegetations are, this is something SCS added to the public editor that we have, that everyone has access to the map editor. They added this. It is British Isles. So you've already got some British some British assets here from the UK rework. Mainly new vegetation, which is really good. I'm very happy to see this. Because the vegetation from this set is gorgeous. This is some really nice terrain vegetation set. Obviously, it looks a bit weird now without any of the brushes, but brushing is always a good thing to do last. So that's what we will do. We'll work on this and then we'll do the brushing last. We want pines high, set this to 200, 10, 50, 25, increase the size, which I think I actually got to on the previous one. I can do that in a sec. 175, 850, 25. Yeah, I forgot to increase this. There we go. Let's see, how does that look on a row? Oh yeah, that's good. It still gives the accurate pine effect where you can kind of see through the trees, which is what I want. But yeah, like, just let me actually show you a really good example. This here, this is all UK vegetation. It looks stunning. I can't wait to see, you know, the actual UK work with this. Like, this is gonna look great. Obviously here though it is pine trees, so we're going to work on using the pines. Which country's version of the road prefab is used to develop? If you're talking about the road set, this is the UN road set, which is pretty much the standard road set for everything mapping these days now. It's just got the Polish lines on it. It's not the German set. I don't think anyone really uses the German set anymore. Even our newer German content, which is mainly Würzburg, that doesn't actually use the German road set at all. It uses UN. When is the next ProMods update? It's ready when it's ready. I know that came from the official account, but I don't care. Point still stands. It's ready when it's ready. It's just the truth. Because we don't know. We don't even know when the next SES update will come out. No one will. Probably not even SES. I mean, I say that SES probably do know. But obviously, they're not going to say. And they're not going to tell us, are they? So, you know. We don't know. Because one, that needs to even come out. And two, we need to make sure that everything's ready. And that there's no bugs. So, who knows? In what cases are layers used? If you're talking about this section, that is mainly when you're working in a really complicated area, where you're using a lot of visibility areas and you want to, like, if you're layering a bunch of assets on top of one another, which you can see a lot in like West Balkans and in Switzerland and stuff, the layers essentially allow you to see what you actually want to see in a specific area. I'll probably explain it wrong, but you know. Correct answer. Oh, sorry. I actually meant the next update's coming out tomorrow. That's the truth, guys. Joking. Don't take that seriously. Because that is a joke. That is a haha funny. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I think let's just get all the tree work on the outside done, and then we can move on to the interior detailing. Because then we'll know what actually needs to be visible or not. Because, I mean, look at that. You can't see anything around there until you're here. So, to be fair, everything past this point could probably be low poly vegetation. Probably. Am I shadow banned or something like that? No, you're not shadow banned. Do you know what's wrong with some pieces of roads between ferries and mainland? Unexplorable area bugs. If you do have bugs when it comes to unexplorable areas, just report them either on our forums or on the Discord server following the specific instructions, and we'll be able to see if we can figure out the problem. What's good is that these two asset sets are really close to each other on the list, so it saves me a bit of hassle. these entrances on the highway look like Germany. Well, they don't, because I am taken directly from Street View, and it is Poland. Obviously, stuff like the signage and that will come eventually, but that signage is something you do at the very end. You don't do that very early on in the mapping, unless that's your style, obviously, but I like to do the signage and everything right at the very end. Hello, Jack Espartas, how you doing? Let's do this. 200, then 50, 5, increase the size. That's another thing with the map editor, is it's very repetitive. You tend to be doing the exact same thing a lot. Yeah, I think after this we can just go purely low poly veg. Let's just see how that looks. Do you have any sort of reference on the other screen? Yeah, on my second monitor, you can see here, I have Google Maps. Right, I need this. Oh, I didn't adjust that. Actually, there's no need to adjust that because that'll be low poly anyway. How's that? Yeah, that's good. I'm fine with low poly styling at that point. How hard is it to learn to make maps? Like I said, it depends on your patience and everything, but also it does take, it's mainly practice. Obviously, there's things you can learn, such as, you know, what prefabs to use, what terrains to use, you know, how to make these like bridge supports here. All that you can learn, but most of it just eventually just comes down to practice. Alright, good to see you're doing well. I'm doing well as well. Is there still a lot of work left to do? Not really. I mean, there's still a bit of work at the S3 intersection with the A4, mainly south of that. Some optimization work as well. But it's mainly just finishing this section and finishing this as well. That's pretty much it. Obviously, that isn't to say, oh, well, this will 100% be coming to the next version. I don't know. Like I said, you never know if some delays happen. But it is progressing pretty quick, which I'm happy about. I was worried this might be another one of those projects that just takes a long time for me because I can be really slow. But no, I've picked up the pace a lot in a few recent weeks. I need to set slow poly. 200. Undergrowth. 8. 50. 5. Considering you'll only be able to see this section from here, I mean, I could even just stop the trees there. To be honest. I could do that if I want to save a few triangles. I'll do that. I'll leave it here, and then we'll just continue on this side. Low poly, please. And undergrowth, 175. 50. Yeah, that's okay. Do you know if someone is working on Jenna in Germany? No, there's no one working in that area. Saarbrücken is the most badly needed in Germany, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, now that the motorway is there, you know, the opportunity to add Saarbrücken is a possibility. But obviously that depends if any developer on the team actually wants to add that area. We're not going to force anyone, as I said earlier. But it does mean it is more possible for it to be done. Obviously, it's not just a fictional one-lane country road anymore, so. Yeah, that's going to look good. Obviously, we'll put the tree wall in behind at some point, but let's just get the vegetation in now. Let's just get the tree wall in now while I'm looking at it. Start it from here. Can I do this? Almost. Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, you're also doing a rework of Gulzov Wielkopolski. No, that section, which is the section pretty much north of this point, that's not going to be included. This rework is only between the A2 and the A4, because this was the bit, in my opinion, that really needed it the most. How do you activate the minimap on top right? F5. How much time it take to make, for example, place A to B, like build a small city roads again? It depends on the place and on the scale of what you want to do. If it's just a simple A to B road, it doesn't take that long. If it's a city, it can take a while. So it depends. It's entirely dependent on the project itself. Like this project here, I've been working on it for about 3 or 4 months, on and off, largely because I had college and exams and life commitments. But in real terms, I've done about, I would say, maybe a week's, like, in terms of being on the editor and actually mapping, I've done about a week's work of mapping. So, you know, like I said, it depends entirely on how you map and where you are and everything. Can we add only service icon anywhere in the world? If you're talking about the F7 one, there is a prefab, I think. I haven't got it open on me right now. Yeah, I don't have the thing open, but there is a prefab. If you search up like service icon or something, then it should show up. Do we have on an ETA for 1.61 as a full version? Like I said, SES don't give that kind of information to us. Who knows, it could be in a couple weeks, or might not even be until October that we could see even an open beta for 1.61. And obviously we have to figure out after that point, you know, how long it'll take for us to map. Are you working on a road which connects Germany with Luxembourg? If you're talking about... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, we're not working on that at the moment. Yeah, looks good. I'm just gonna see what those pings are on my phone, because I'm not just about to open what I've been pinged in the stream. Okay, back to mapping, I guess. Since I'll now be... Actually, no, that can still be low poly. 200. And... And then from that point on, again, it will be high poly trees. Oh. My mind's having a... I might actually adjust my fan. Okay, let me just... While my fan's moving, let me quickly... It's good. You ever played Rust? I've never played Rust. Just waiting for my fan to move before I do anything. Come on, fan. It's getting a bit hot. It's 23 degrees. It's not as bad as it has been the past few weeks. Anyone who's lived in Europe will be able to tell you that. It's been bad. It still is bad, to be fair. But at least it's a lot cooler now. But there's still a lot of wildfires around. There's wildfires everywhere you look. Are you working on Germany? Nope, this is Poland. I'm gonna add a second here. Go there. Oh yeah, this is really starting to look complete now, even though it's nowhere near complete. Like, this looks good. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited for my own project. Okay, let's go 10, 50, 25, 200. I'm getting into a flow state now with this. 175, 8, 50, 25, and that looks good. Now let's just get this done, and I'm just going to combine all these into one. Save some time. 200, 10, 50, 25, 175, 10, 50, 25. Now we just got to do this prefab. Then 50. I'm just getting a bit worried. I'm seeing a lot of dropped frames. It's a bit worrying. Oh, are we good? So it looks like there was some connection issues. Were there connection issues, everyone? Hope it's not my Wi-Fi giving up. That'd be pretty annoying. Can you show us again the reference you're taking from Google Maps? I can do, just give me a second. This is roughly how it's looking at the moment. You can kind of make out where, like, it's pretty much all pine trees around here. So it'll be easy to work with. I'm just not showing you guys that much of that because, you know, it'll be a bit awkward to keep dragging the screen on. I mean, personally, I wouldn't update to the experimental beta because it is experimental. It's going to be very buggy, and I believe it only adds like one test feature anyway. So I wouldn't say it's worth it. Is the Krakow rework planned? No, not at this present time. Krakow's lovely though. I have been to Krakow Airport a few years ago. I say a few years ago, it was last year, 2025. I had the opportunity to go to Auschwitz. And obviously we went via Krakow Airport. And yeah, it was the only time I've been in Poland. I'd love to visit properly because I only went for a day. But it was, I know it's a bit of a darker topic, but I'd say if you have the opportunity, go. Genuinely, just go. Are you doing Zielona Gora? I've said it before. I'll just repeat it one more time. It is planned, as you can see here. It is planned. Not in the first release, so this at the minute I'm focusing on getting the road done, and then the city will be after that point. Oh, I got the road line wrong here. This needs to be merge highway. It's better. But yeah, I'd love to visit Poland again properly. If you can tell, I am very interested in Poland as a country. So I don't know. I just think it's nice. It's a really interesting study as well of how a country can change so much over like 35 years. I just find that all pretty fun and interesting. So I am curious, how's that looking? Hill. I mean, do I push it back? I think it's fine. How long did this intersection? Well, it's been planned out for a while, like the actual roads on their own were here. I started doing the actual work on it about 3 or 4 days ago. And this is kind of where it is now. But that doesn't mean I've done it quickly. It's like this terrain, I got that all done today. And the terrain took me a couple of days just to get to a state that I liked. Are you going to rework for North S3 in a later update? There's no plans now. There's no plans. I mainly want to focus on this section. As I said earlier, I think this section needed the most love anyway, because the North section, albeit yes, it's pretty old by now. It's below our standards, our modern standards. It is a pretty old area. It's still better than a one-lane fictional country road. So that's my thought process. Is this in Turkey? Come on, scan. You know where this is. Let's see. Want you. Do that. Yeah. It's starting to come together pretty nice. Let's get the tree wall going around. Yeah, that's a good height. Yeah, this grass is like the new modern SES grass is so good. I mean, grass green bolt still has its uses. It is a very good terrain material, but in a lot of cases, I mean, this is better. This is just much better. See, I'll actually raise up an inch. That's good. And I'll just do up to there for a moment. Yeah, that's starting to look like something. Any update plans on Romania? Yes. I'm not. I think yeah, it has been announced a few times, but one of our developers, Murphy, Mirfi, is currently working on Romania and been showing some things off, and it's all looking pretty good. I do have to say so myself. Not sure what version will be coming out though. Obviously, you know, it's ready when it's ready, but there is progress being done in Romania, so stay tuned to that. Oh, event 25 on that. Should I switch to the new grass if my map uses grass green bolt? In my opinion, grass green, like I said, grass green bolt still has its excuses. I think if you're working in an area where all of it, like all of the roads around it use grass green bolt, then maybe I would say maybe. But I mean, I say that all the roads around here are using the older grass materials, and I'm using the new ones. It's your choice at the end of the day. It depends on what you need it for. Sometimes, like, the bright color of this grass may be a bit too much on the environment. So, like I said, depends. Depends what you're looking for. I would say if you can use this new grass, I would use new grass. It's very customizable. Yeah, quick water break. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what this is, there is an industrial estate kind of hidden behind the trees here, which that's kind of what this is representing. I shouldn't need to do too many details though when you consider the vegetation. Now the vegetation here does change a tad, it becomes more of this, so I just need to see what this was again. BI, generic, okay, generic tool and undergrowth, you do that. I might still put a little bit of a tree wall here just to kind of block off the sight of much, just to be sure. But I shouldn't need to do much detail around here because it should all be covered up, I think. Yeah, I might just need to add a small tree wall. Any chance of Bristol being added to the UK? There's no plans for the mainland UK as far as we are concerned because of the UK rework. I did have more plans with my area around Bodmin and Cornwall that I wanted to do, but there's no point mapping in case SCS decide, oh, we're also wanting to add Cornwall. So that's why, and that's the same with all our other areas in the UK. We're not touching, when it comes to the mainland UK, we're not touching it until the rework. I say mainland because obviously it depends if SCS are adding any of the islands other than Ireland. Obviously we won't know, no one knows, only SCS knows. So we'll have to find out about that if they do or not. If they do, then our old islands will go. If they don't, then our old islands will most likely get a good reskin at least. But we'll see. We're talking years ahead by now. You know, there's no point thinking about it. Do you want to just... Yeah, because I still want to be able to at least see the building. Hold on. Better idea for this. Scale it. How's that? I mean, at that point you can't even see nothing, so maybe if I set it to 0.4. Maybe split that up. Yeah, so you can still make out that there is something there, but you know, it's not, you can't see everything underneath. Oh wait, that didn't actually change size. Maybe up until here. Oh no, that's 0.4 I did, wasn't it? Yes. And then maybe once it gets like here, for example, we just kind of do that. Blend it in. We'll see how long I keep that going for. But now you can see the tree wall when driving. I mean, yeah, but like I said, unless you're really looking for it, I don't know. Oh, I can adjust it later if I need to. I might put like some trees behind. We'll see. Let's just get this done just so we can have a good look. I think we'll stick with the generic trees for this section. Yeah, I might add some. I might add like a bit of terrain, like concrete, just to make. Yeah, let's do that. Let me add some. This. Let's change the step size. I want this as well. Go 50. Maybe 70. Maybe 50 on this side, or yeah, let's go 80. And then if I just find a good terrain material, actually asphalt. How's that? Oh, let's raise this up. Okay, yeah, it's popping through there. Just do that. So I add that, then that means if you can see it, then you know it's not like you can see too much. Let me just adjust this a bit. Doesn't have to look perfect, you're not really going to be looking this close. Unless you're doing it intentionally. Now, let me just hide that for a second. Yeah, so if you can still somehow see, that's concrete. It doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't need to. It just needs to be there. And then maybe behind we can do some other stuff, potentially. Yeah, we can. I say we can. I mean, if we're driving on this side anyway, like, I'll make it so you can't see any of this. Maybe just another small tree wall would do the trick. Yeah, flat should be fine. Then maybe change the scale here to 0.7. How would that look? Yeah, that's okay. And then this side, do a bit of this. I know it might look a little. Hold on, I can just do. It might look a little weird here, but then what that means, we can just go in and say, okay, I want this to be normal size. You to connect with that, and you go like that, and you go like that. So then it kind of blends it in a lot better, you know. Or I mean, that's. I guess it depends whether it's worth so much detail in for that. I would personally say no, because you're really not going to be looking that way. You're going to be down here. So, oh, you want to be a good way to check. Oh, what's that go? Don't want grid. Extreme height. Yeah, you're not going to see much of that. I think that's okay. What are your PC specs? 16GB 5070 Ti RTX graphics card, 20 core insane long name Intel processor, and 32GB of, I believe, DDR5 RAM. That's pretty much my main specs. You are making Zielona Gora? No. Not initially. It is planned. Just not as part of the first release. This is just repairing the road into it, as you can see. If you want to know which section of this intersection you'll be able to drive on at first, it will be this little slip road here, and these two loops right here, so you'll be able to go around, do a U-turn if you so wish. That'll be it, and then once the actual city is in, or at least something down this end that you can actually drive to, then the rest of this will be made drivable. this looks like that needs a bit of weld. Yes, it did. And so the rest of this also needs it. Looks better. Yeah, I think that's fine. You're not really going to be seeing it up that close anyway. Wow, I see you, Query. I see you. I will not take such slander. And then this will be... boom. How's that look? And also having the building there in the background does break it up ever so slightly. Yeah, this is how it's looking at the minute. Oh yeah. The trees all just disappear when you go high up, which I didn't know about, but that's cool, I guess. Well, in terms of Truckers MP, I mean, it's most of our player base, at least our hardcore player base, do tend to be single player because they like to play with other map mods or whatever mods they want. There is a very strong single player base for ProMods. So can you make Country Road 92 in Greater Poland? I'm not too knowledgeable on most of the roads in Poland, but I don't think I've heard that one is not in the plans right now. Oh, I should probably make this terrain piece with my file. Obviously, visibility distance, we can adjust that. I want to change this now to extended file. Well, that all needs to be extended far up here. Okay. Do I do this as well? Yeah, I should. Obviously, fine-tuned interview distance will be definitely something for so let me just make all this. Actually, not all of it, just this bit extended file. That's better. You want the least amount of pop-ins possible without obviously shitting on the frame rate. Because if you do that, then if you ruin the performance, then it's not going to go very well. Okay, that's the wrong tree. Hold on. That's not right. Noob map better. Okay, Horizon. I see you. What about noob mods? Bring back noob mods, guys. Anyone remember noob mod? Noob mod? That's a hard one to say fast. Noob mods. There we go. Should we bring that back? I mean, Corey, there's no point looking too close at optimization for this yet until the whole area is done, but cheers nonetheless. If you want to have a look, I'll let you know after stream. Okay. I say let's get this corner here done, and then we can start working on the real fun details. I think for this, I'm going to make this a little quicker by just doing all the roads at once. mainly the prefabs that'll take a bit of time since we have to do each of them individually. But, you know, that's just life, I guess. And it should save us a bit of time. Mine's high. $200, 10, 50, 25. Then boom. Yeah, look how much time that's it. That's already like most of it done. Do you have any plan to do a cosmetic refresh of roads in Slovakia and Hungary? As far as I'm aware, no. Unless a developer wants to do that, then we'll see. Free reign to do so. But I don't think there are any plans in that region as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I mean, if you still do want to have a look at it later, just feel free to have a look when obviously all this is, you know, sent in. No, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to do some adjustments or anything. So I'm hoping I want to get the I want to get pretty much all this intersection detail-wise done on this stream. I did consider either doing a separate stream or within this stream doing the signage, but with how clunky the sign editor... Just realised I did this on the wrong one. With how clunky the sign editor can be, I'd rather just do that away from stream behind the scenes, because it can be awkward. Can I just type? There you go. Yeah, definitely. Country? Poland. Polska. Don't worry, guys. The stream will get interesting soon. We are an hour in already. Doesn't feel like it's been an hour. Wait, why did I set it to 50? Okay, my brain's fried. My brain is fried. Why is there no... I didn't actually put them in. Okay. There we go. Are you planning on reworking the UK at some point? We're not, but SCS are, so we'll let SCS handle it from there. Obviously, after the UK rework comes out on ETS2, we're going to be busy. I mean, it's up to you, Corey, to be honest. It's up to you. But yeah, UK's been reworked by SCS. God, there's so many prefabs just in this one bit. Good lord. Obviously, we'll put the tree wall in after we've done all the vegetation here. Just easier. Pines, 10, 10, 50, 25, 200. Oh my god, I did it on the wrong bit again. Oh dear. I've been typing this shit for so long. It's messing with my brain. My head is going cuckoo mode. Oh my god, third time's the charm. Right? Third time's the charm. Good lord. How did you get your mouse cursor? Looks so cool. Oh yes, my mouse cursor. I forgot about that. I've been using this specific cursor design for about 3-4 months. So I kind of just got used to it being there. But that is if anyone here is cultured, only the cultured people will know about this one. This is Project Sekai cursor. Official one, by the way. This was made by the people that make the game, which is Colorful Palette. If you don't know Project Sekai, it's the best game ever made. The best game ever. I'm just gonna go out and say it now. If you know Hatsune Miku, there you go. There you go. It's a rhythm game. Best rhythm game ever, in my opinion. I have a small addiction to that game. I say small, it is... Outside of mapping, it is my life. One, 5, 8, 50, 25. Well, that's definitely gonna need a view distance boost to about far. There we go. Obviously, we'll do the scenery between this at some point, but you know, not now. Not now. Okay. Final bit of typing in Pines High, going 10, going 50, 25, 200. Increase the size. Undergrowth 8, 50, 25, 175. And there we go. That's okay. That's the whole exterior, vegetation wise, done. When will the update be released? We're talking about this road and everything, to be confirmed. If you're talking about the next update generally, it's ready when it's ready. Simple as that. Let me actually turn off vegetation for a sec, so I can see where any gaps might be. How does that look generally? Okay, that needs to go in a little more. Just do this. Oh, I see. It's because I didn't actually do the hill section here. Or here. Actually, look, yeah, I didn't do the terrain on this side. Okay. We can just do this as a short hill, and the rest can just stay as is for the moment. Yeah, that's fine as is. Just lower this down. There we go. The intersection exterior vegetation is practically done. Oh, yeah. By the way, Query, I've just made you a moderator for the live chat. Might as well. Yeah, that's the vegetation done. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, I want to get the outside vegetation done first, because then we can see actually how much the player will be seeing. Let me see. I mean, here, I think yeah. Let's just continue the vegetation up here to this bit. It can be temporary. It can be temporary. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Oh. Okay, I did that terribly wrong. Yeah, this doesn't have to be extravagant. Because I do, since the player will be driving up on this, I don't want it to be just a sudden cut off, you know? That'll look awful. And then maybe we can put a tree wall in now. How's that gonna look? I mean, it still looks a bit sudden for me. Maybe if I lower it down scale-wise. Yeah, that's fine. It will look a bit obvious, but since it's temporary, I don't think it's a problem, really. I think it's okay if it looks a bit weird. It's a temporary measure. Maybe if I include a bit of this, so just to kind of that's okay. For the time being, it's okay. Like I said, it doesn't have to look extravagant. It just needs to not look so obvious that, you know, there's nothing past this point. We'll just enter that. Yeah, it's okay. If you have questions, just ask them in chat. As long as they're not stupid questions. Hey, I think next, let's get the crash barriers done. That'll be the next big thing. I just want to make sure of that. I think, no, yeah, there is crash barriers here. Just want to make sure it's good. Yeah, we're okay. So this section will never be accessible to the player unless we ever do go further this way, which I'm probably not. To be honest, it's not going to be enough room. So, but you know, the player will be able to see it all pretty close because you'll be able to drive here in the future. So, still got to look good. Yeah, I should continue it. Probably up to here, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, you're not going to see past that point really, so. Sorry about a little pause then. Just wanted to read something I got sent. I personally myself won't, but there are also no plans to rework that area currently. At least as far as I know. Rokor and Gulzov Velikopolsky are not being reworked anytime soon, as far as I'm aware. And this can just send it up to this, and we can work on it further at some point in the future. There's one line of crash barriers done. Yeah, let's continue on the outside and then we can do the inside next. I see a dirt dot map. Dirt dot map, my beloved. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, I mean the crash barrier ends pretty much when the intersection is done, so I'll just do it up to here. Any plans to add more border crossings between Ukraine and Poland, like Lviv, Yeah, I'm not good at Polish pronunciation. That connection specifically, and the minute any others similar, no plans. Not currently, anyway. Yeah, that's good. How many people are watching the stream? We've got 66 people watching the stream. Not bad for middle of a Monday. I guess now it's like early afternoon now. Poznan was not actually my area. That was actually, I believe, a few people, but if you're talking about most recently, it'll be yes. It was Scan's work. So, good work to Scan. In the trailer, I can see Zielona Gora. Will it be included? Not initially. Just the road at first, and then the city will be a future endeavor. Okay, there's a bit more crash barrier done. Let's work on the interior side now. Actually, not that bit. That'll need to be something special. Let's do that now, actually. This will need to be... Does SCS update the editor? Yeah, of course they do. They do update it with like new features every once in a while. Okay, this will need to be you. So, let's just work with this. That's good. Let me copy it from here and then just replicate it on the other sides. What am I doing? I think there is a thing there, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. And there'll be another one here as well. Okay, yeah, we'll need to add one there. Another one here, and then one here, and one here, and then that's it. I'm gonna need some here. I think that's... Yeah, because I mean, there's no... I'm not going to do that one because you're never going to really look at it, so there's no point. Yeah, the rest, it's all good. Lovely. Looks good. Where is this road? This is the S3 in Poland. Just off from Zielona Góra. Oh, not Góra, Góra. Okay, so I know... No, hold on. Let me check here as well. Okay, no, that's fine. I do know that under these bridges here, instead of using the crash barriers, they just use the concrete barriers. So I am going to just do that now. Or I will immediately forget. So let's see. Maybe barrier, wouldn't it? So a UN variant. Oh. No. We'll go BLKW then. No, we won't. Not that one. It's a barrier. don't really want to use that one. That one's pretty old. There's one could use. I think I'll go with this one. So this one seems to pretty much cross the bridge. Cross underneath the bridge, so... Then we gotta replicate it on this side. Looking good. Just need to get rid of these here. Connect it up, and this will be that. So it looks like it just goes straight in, making the transition nice and smooth. Let's get the rest of this concrete bit done, which is just on the actual highway now. So do that. Reset the offset. Here we go. Now we're just going to do the same. Then flip it around. There we go. Now we just gotta get the remaining road crash barriers in. Also want to see. Yeah, let's increase the distance on these. Maybe make them 600. I'm using these crash barriers particularly because they're the ones we designed for Poland. Otherwise I'd have Mandelsoft tapping me off for not using the correct ones. Okay, this should be interesting because there are anti-glare things on this bit, so I need to factor that in. Which I'm going to do now. So, here's another new thing, the multi-curve. This genuinely is heavenly. I go here, slap this on, and now we just got to do this. I mean, it looks like it's floating, but it's fine. We do that. Oh, for concrete. Let's see, they're called crash barrier instead. Let me have a look. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that works. It's annoying that I wish SES would stick to a specific naming convention. Yeah, that looks much better, thanks. I will update these now. Oops. Though it does kind of ruin that. I'll keep it as that, I think. Just for this, just to make my life a little easier. But it is good to know about that. It's easier to do this instead of having to make it all complicated. I don't know, we'll see what happens. If I want to change it, I'll change it. But yeah, so we've got the anti-glare stuff here now, which is good. Which I'm now just gonna paste this one. Do want to see how this will look. Does it join up with the other one? Yes, it does. So once it gets past all the bridges here, we'll add the other crash barrier in as like a separate thing. Actually, why don't I just do that now? There we go. And I can delete this and then just say, oh, wait. And then that's it in one go. That's better. And then because it kind of goes back into, well, this will be just like a one line. We'll just do this. Yeah, that's better. And we can adjust it like so. What am I doing wrong? Oh. There we go, that's better. Saves a lot of time. And then this side we can just add this and make it negative 2.30. Oh, I think I might need to keep this separate. That's fine, so I can just do this. And then we can just restart on this one again. I do just want to see about on the north side where it kind of goes back in, and it seems to be, yeah, instant. So just go here and make that 0. Oh. Yeah, right. Now we'll go and make that 0. There we go, look at that. Looks lovely. Just need to finish on this side. Just noticed the mini cons disappeared, the console. Oh. It's fine, I guess, for the moment. Let me just stretch. We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours already, and why has my OBS died to record? I don't like that. Let me delete that recording. Because let's see how much that is. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I started recording. It's weird. Okay. Let us get back. Oh yeah, we need to do it. We need to do the concrete bit on this as well. Yep, we do. Just noticed that the concrete barrier actually isn't on this bit. Just it's still regular crash barrier. Okay. UK. That'll be where my time zone will be from. Yeah, this needs to be concrete wall instead. So let me remove the anti-glare. And instead we'll just have this. Look at that. Seamless. Okay, let's get this bit done again as well. And then on this bit. Okay, no, that's also just crash barrier. Good. Oh. I was about to say, what the hell is going on there? Yep, this is the S3. Right, let me get the crash barrier on that side sorted. Let's get this bit sorted while we're at it. Right. This is starting to go good. There, you see, crash barriers are just something that just takes a lot of work to get done, but obviously they kind of have to be done. They're crash barriers. Don't exactly skip out on them. Now just go through the other side. That's looking good. Just gotta finish it off on this bit now, and then we can move on to this section. We can finish off the crash barriers. Hello, Waffly Man. How are you doing? All this crash barrier shenanigans going on. So epic. I think for me, when it comes to doing the motorways in a minute, the thing that takes me the most amount of time is just all these crash barriers. Because you're just gonna have to keep going with them. Especially in this intersection where there's just so many different roads around. You kind of just have to keep going and going and going. Have you thought about maybe using the same pine trees in the as in the Poznan rework? Because I didn't really pay too much attention to the vegetation there. I'm just mainly using what, in my eyes, fit well for the area, and I found that the Baltic ones do. And then this over here, these are more UK vegetation, so I just thought they looked better. Because there was like birch trees and stuff hidden amongst that, so I was like, that'll be better for this. And I think they look good. So they're in real life, I don't know why, I guess just have trees, because why not just have trees, you know? And also, it's a nice breakup between the everything. Okay, right, where was I? Okay, let me see. How are we doing for crash barriers? We need to do this section here. Was here. I might just do this. Yeah, that's gonna be easier. So use the median, so there we go. Okay, in terms of crash barrier, I think it's literally just this section left now, so that's pretty good. Forget just how long doing this stuff takes. Oh, perfect. Okay, let me just double check now that we've got all the crash barriers in. Aha, I missed a bit. Oh, there's a bit as well here. Never actually did this. Oh, there's a bit of curve missing here. There we go. Guardrail simulator? Yes. We love guardrails. Everyone loves guardrails. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's all the crash barriers. Wonderful. Now it's really starting to look together. Not look together, look good. Right, the main thing is I want to check now, before I start thinking about potential brushing. Let me just stretch, there we go. What I want to think about is if there is anything else. By the way, when it comes to like lampposts, I tend to do the lampposts as part of the signage, just because they are actually marked as signs on the editor, so it's just easier to do them with the rest of the signage because of that. So if we just ignore the existence of lampposts for just a second, I'm just looking now on the map on Street View. It's mainly brushing now, I think. There is a few bushes here and there, but I think I'll just do those with the brushing. Oh yeah, and stuff like arrows, like on the lanes and stuff, that I also tend to do that as part of the signage, because, you know, I mean, they're still classified as models, but it's just easier to do it with the signage because, you know, it's just easier. But outside that, in terms of actual models and stuff I need placing, oh, yes, I need fence. I need a fence. Specifically, this fence. This is the fence I've been using for like this entire project. So the kind of acts like the barrier between like the land border for the motorway. So that's what we need. We need to place this down. This shouldn't take as long. So it's literally just you place this and have it go around the edge, like so. You're gonna see how quick this bit of the process is. Doesn't need to exactly follow the road like the crash barrier does. Just needs to mark a border between where the motorway is and where, you know, pretty much the forest is. We'll make sure. I mean, I think the fence goes above the hill. Yeah. So the way I'll do it here is just kind of have it up there. then I'll just kind of drag it out manually. Do the autosave in a second. I think Jack is just trolling Query. What is optimization anyway? Who needs optimized games in the big 26? Am I right, guys? That's for the crazy people. I might rotate this a bit just to make it look a little less nuts, I guess. Okay. This is gonna need to be 600 view distance. That's better. Okay, now I've just got to do the last quadrant here, which I'll just do the same thing. Do. And there we go. That is, I told you that bit wouldn't be as long. Yeah, the tree wall there, just so people don't see this lovely mapping, as you can see, incredible. very wonky roundabout, and other wonderful things. Oh yeah, I should probably set that up to be you. Okay, now I've got that in, which, yeah, that definitely completes that for me. Right, we are... Why is it recording again? What? I'm not even pressing the record button. It's weird. Oh, I know why. You'll know why. I check my OBS settings and check my hotkeys. Altar, yeah. I'm turning that off. So I keep... Maybe that's why. There we go. I don't even need a hotkey for recording anyway. I've got a bloody button to do it on my Stream Deck. Okay. I think the last thing that we really need to do here now is brushing. A little bit of this, bit of brushing, and then I will be working on signage off stream. I think that'll be good because we've already been streaming for nearly 2.5 hours, so you know, it's a bit, it's getting there. But I guess when I actually get around to focusing, you know, I just kind of go off. So actually, before I do that, I want to do forest stuff. Let's see if I go with this. I just want something that'll be nice and distinct to really break it up. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Go like this. How's that look? Yeah, that's good to me. It's just enough to break it up without being too intense. I mean, we could just straight up do that, but that'll look a bit odd. So, sporadic, kind of just random placement does the flow. I'm not going to do it along the whole thing, probably just up to here. Because after this point, you're never going to see that. Yeah. Yeah, brushing is fun. People say that my brushing is apparently pretty good, so yeah. Okay, that's a bit sharp. There we go. People like to compliment my brushing a little bit, so I like doing it. Maybe a bit of that instead. Yeah, just enough where it's like noticeable, but not enough where it's like overwhelming is kind of what you want to do for this. Might be asking why I am hiding the trees. It's just so I can make sure that like these harsh edges kind of are like at least minimized, so you don't really make them out as much. Yeah, I don't like how close that is. How does that look? I mean, at least with these trees here, if there is like a hard brush, I can kind of blend it in if I really need to, but it's like that, you're not going to see that. It's fine. You know, something, it's minor, but you can see it, and it definitely makes a difference to make it look a lot more like an actual forest rather than just some trees. Just gonna keep doing it along. Maybe even do some... No, that's too big. It's too big. Maybe this. Oh, I'm just gonna do that. Then I can adjust it and fine tune it later on. Now, since there is going to be content here in the future, I'll just do the brushing anyway. Just so then I don't have to do it later. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's better. This is a much better brush for this. Yeah, that's a bit too much. There we go. You're never going to see that, but it will just bug me if I don't adjust it. Yeah, look how good that looks. Okay, just gotta do the rest of this now. I do love SCS added this a while ago where they made like a procedurally generated kind of noisy transition with the brushes, and it is genuinely one of my favorite things they've added in the editor. Oh, I could do that. Maybe I will. Yeah, let's do it over here. Let's do that here. Oh, crud. That's fine. There we go. If you know, you know. That's actually a very good watermark, to be fair. Just put in your IGN in. Look at that. That's a nice Easter egg. Nothing too insane, just boom. Okay. So now we've done that, we can do the more finer kind of tuning, not tuning. This. We're going to get some of this. I'm going to go like that. See, now this is the part that can take a while. It's just getting all of this kind of small detail in. It might not seem like much, but trust me, this makes a difference. Even SCS have been doing this since they started, like since this game was brand new. Just adding this kind of detail. I like to break it up a bit with some semi-green tool. Just add some more colours. And like, look at that difference. It's not much, but it's something. It's something you'll notice and be able to appreciate without it becoming too much. It's not as noticeable when you're doing it right next to a forest, but in the open plains areas, like, it's so noticeable. If I go here and go, okay, now I want some hue. And when it does this with this like little shoulder bit, it's fine. Because you will not notice that unless you're just particular. Oh. Let's stop that because that will get the stream copyrighted. Looks like the playlist I was listening to has ended on VLC. Okay, let me go restart it. Open folder. Yeah, it has been 2.5 hours, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's not play copyrighted music. Oh, that would have been bad, wouldn't it? Let's hope that doesn't count too much to the content ID. I don't think it will. I'd be very shocked if it did. Actually, yeah, that's easier for the moment, just to kind of see if there's any issues. Yep, I know very well about people noticing gaps. I'll be like, oh, this looks great, and then someone will be like, oh, there's a gap. I'm like, what? Ow. That needs to be fixed. There we go. Because yeah, now if I do that, like, okay, there's no brush here, but like, it just makes it feel a lot more alive, I guess, than just like plain stoic kind of grass. This needs a bit of welding love to make it look a little. There we go. Because like this kind of just looks flat, but then once we add the what kind of music do you like to listen to? I like to listen to a lot of British indie rock music, like those kind of bands. I listen to a lot of the Wombats, Two Door Cinema Club, and others like Catfish, Wet Leg, those kind of bands. And then I also listen to Project Sekai and Vocaloid music as well. So two very different ends of the spectrum, but you know. You don't have to listen to one genre of music your whole life. I also listen to a lot of REM. REM's great. Like if you don't recognize the name REM, you've listened to REM before, because you know the song "It's the End of the World as We Know It." That's REM. That song is I think still a pretty big song. How do you decide on a place to map? Sometimes I just get really interested in an area, and then I'm like, I want to map this now. And if it's available to map, I map it. Okay, yeah, now we get some of this in. I'm just going to stick to these two terrain materials, I think. I could go with more, but I might go more in these more open areas, so it's not too repetitive. Yeah, let's go with, I think, wildflowers. Just to kind of break it up. How is that? Yeah, because it adds a nice new green as well to kind of break up the other greens. Yeah, just it's not much, but just a nice like pause. The constant just grass. Okay, now let's get this interior bit done. Get some light patches here. We'll get some grass green tool patches about. It'll look a little messy from above, but trust me, you go down here. Okay, yeah, this needs a bit more work. Kind of blend it in. Maybe we'll go again with some more. This, yeah, that's made a difference. Could even do a bit of this as well. Oh yeah, that's helped. Yeah, REM's great. I don't think they're as big as they used to be, at least not in terms of people actually knowing who they are, but you know, they're still pretty well known. I'd be shocked if most people, at least older people, didn't know who they were. And then we'll just go here and add some flowers. Yeah, like look how that view there looks so much different now. I'm gonna do a bit of stuff around this section as well, this grass, just because there's a bit of room. Nothing too much, just the occasional kind of just brush. Yeah, because that breaks it up very nicely. And in fact, this should probably, because it's under the bridge, should probably be a lot more drier. Or dry, not a lot more drier, just drier. I might be a native English speaker, but it doesn't mean I speak it well. Yeah, 80s music's great as well. I can't get enough of the 80s, especially during the summer. 80s music is really nice to listen to in the summer. They've just kind of got that, it's kind of got that energy, you know, that nice summer energy. Shame that the summer's been a bit meh, because hot and hot and hot. But you know, it's just the way things are. I think I'll put some forest dry bits kind of scattered about here, just to kind of break it up. Nothing too much, just some splodges. Doesn't have to look too insanely good, but I do want to look nice. There we go. Just to add some interest, make it seem like it's actually forested. Yeah, just look at the difference that just doing some small brushing has done. Because now there's things breaking up. You can get a sense of depth, a sense of perspective, and it looks nicer from above as well. Like, look at that, much more interesting. Yeah, I just need to do some more of that here as well. This needs some welding. Possibly could do just a bit of. Oh. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's made it look a little better. Add some flowers, see if maybe a splodge or two. Oh. Yeah, there we go. What does welding do in the editor? Essentially, sometimes there'll be like, especially when you've done this, where you connected things to the vertex editor, it'll kind of look like, you know, you can like kind of visibly see the line of where where the two different, like all the terrain pieces meet. Welding essentially gets rid of that, or at least minimizes it. It's like, you know how you can see the line here? I think I've already welded this. Like, it just kind of smoothens it out, makes it a bit more natural in that sense. Maybe if I just go here and say none of this. That's helped. Maybe instead that can be flowers. Yes, that's good. Maybe some flowers up here as well. Yeah, modern music can be very hit and miss. I don't really listen to many music. I don't listen to much music from the 2020s, other than the releases from the indie bands and stuff I already listen to. Because I just find modern music to be a bit meh these days. Because like I say, it can be very hit and miss sometimes. I like listening to lo-fi music, but there we are at a point where a lot of lo-fi music does sound just the same to me. At least personally, it does sound a lot of the same, which obviously isn't fun. But you know, it is what it is. That's just my taste, obviously. Yeah, just that extra little brighter green is so good. Oh, the 2010s was great for music, in my opinion. I think the 2010s is like the last of like, you know, you had some real good songs coming out that decade. I mean, let's think. I would say, you know, another artist I think is pretty well known, but you don't hear the music very often. George Ezra. George Ezra's first two albums are, in my opinion, works of art. They're really good. His first album is fantastic. I think that was, I'm trying to remember. Was it? I don't think it was Staying. I think Staying at Tomorrow's was the 2018 album. Wanted on Voyage. That's his first album. It's really good. If you haven't listened to it, I'd recommend it. Especially this time of year, it's a really good set of albums for like the summer, in my opinion. They really fit that kind of atmosphere. He's got a really good singing voice as well. Like, trust me, it is a beast. Yeah, looks okay. Maybe just some more tool here. Just kind of break it up. That's good. This could do some more brushing, I think. It's hard because now that that's there, it would conflict a lot more. So I'm going to have to be careful with how I manage that. Probably just a case of adding some bits and bobs here and there. Maybe we can add some... Oh yeah, that actually works really well inside the forest like that. Okay, yeah, that's helped things really nicely. Okay, so I think now it's essentially just for brushing this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, and that bit. So that should be pretty doable. So add some small brushing of that. Get some of this in there. And I think We need a bit of this. Kind of some more colour. Something a bit more lush. Can I get this to merge in? I say no, apparently not. Or if it's one or the other, I'd rather go with that. Yeah. Ooh, I need to do these sides as well. Let's just get the interior bits done for the brushing, and then we can move on to the exterior. Ooh, let me get this. Oh yeah, that helps a lot. Do some more semi-green though. There you go. Got another small artist I like. Well, I wouldn't say small. He's pretty well known if you're in that kind of space. James Marriott. Does anyone here know of a James Marriott? Some friends of mine introduced me to his music recently, and I really like it. I think his music's great. Okay. I think for this section, I'm just going to go with some semi-dry. Just because, you know, like, there'd be a bit more dirt here because of the sharp incline. That's my kind of logic behind that. Virtual Riot EDM. I don't think I've ever really listened to EDM, now that I think about it. Or if I did, it was like one or two songs. I just can't remember the name of. I don't know. My music taste, I don't really have like a specific genre that I'm like, oh yes, I only listen to this. I kind of just listen to whatever I'm feeling. Which explains why I listen to Japanese Vocaloid. Oh yeah, this is what I meant earlier with like welding, is that you can kind of see the line here, and then if you kind of go in and just say weld, it's not too much of a difference, but it is like it does help. Okay, let me just add a bit of this. I think on the interior, just have a bunch of flowers. And maybe a bit grass here to break out. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that mainly leaves just this segment here to get done, and then we just need to do the remaining of this, like this half of the exterior. Ooh. Just stretch a little bit. Right here. So I've already got the like forest brushing. I want to go in first with some of the flowers. So yeah, that provides a nice kind of opening into the forest. And then we'll go in with some semi-grass, semi-green. Maybe a bit here as well, and then we will go with our semi-dry around the edges. And maybe some semi-green just kind of dotted about in the middle here. Nice. Okay. So as you can see exactly where the detailing has been, the brushing. God, this is such a weird intersection. Like, essentially, it's pretty much a clover leaf, I think. But like these segments here, like to obviously going straight, you just go straight. And then if you want to exit, you have to exit here, keep going. Then you pretty much go alongside this other slip lane, which comes from here, and you go around. It's simple when you actually are driving on it, but from above it does look pretty interesting. You know, this is not your standard clover leaf. It's a little more. And it does mean like here, you know, you have an exit here, and then you have another exit here. So that should be interesting. And then you have this segment here, which is kind of like a lot of other clover leaves in like mainly Germany as well, where it like kind of goes off. It has its own thing, so it's not interrupting anything. It looks so good. I'm happy with how this turned out. Yeah, now just gotta do a bit of the brushing on this edge here, which I might just go a bit more simple with. I mean, it doesn't have to be too extravagant. And let's get our semi-green. We'll just fill it in where we haven't already just slapped a bunch of, you know, brush. There we go. I think the brushing here, also I don't like how square that is. That's better. I think this is done. Look at that. That looks great. So pretty much the only thing that's really like left to do when it comes to this area is signage, which, like I said, I'm going to do separately outside of stream. I think what I'm going to do, just to wrap off the stream for today, is we're going to finalize some of the detail here. Well, not finalize, work on some of the detail here, and then finish up the detail on this little awkward middle. And then I think that's where we'll wrap it up for today, because we've already been at it for just under 3 hours. It's getting to 3 hours now, so we definitely do need to look into potentially calling it a day. Let's see where we're at. Okay, what's roadside woodland? And then undergrowth. Let's just copy it over. And yeah, we don't really need to do more than that. I think that'll be fine. There is a bit of a transition here, but oh, we gotta do this. But that's pretty normal. Nah, that's not going to be like the end of the world sort of thing. Let's go in and say, I mean, maybe you could kind of blend in a little bit of everything here. We just do set that to maybe 300, 250. I don't know, maybe we can't, not here. Why don't you just set default? I could do that. I might do that for this segment and just paste it onto these, just to make keep things simple, because as you can see, there's a bit of work that needs to go here, and I'd rather keep it simple if I can, because I mean, it's gonna look clunky otherwise. Yeah, I might do it like that. Okay, here. Then should we just copy everything we've just done? And then I need to brush this as well, but I'll do that once I've... Actually, no, I'll brush it first and then make it a default, because then it saves me a bit of time with that. Oh yeah, this is a greenish one. Now let's get the nice fancy brushing in. I know I haven't got the crash barrier in yet, but I'll do that in a second. This isn't meant to be anything too fancy anyway, it's just kind of filler between areas. There we go. Let me just make this a default and then go up here and say, okay, it's this side, and say you are going to be that. There we go. Very good, very nice. There's some bits here where the foliage is kind of going over, which I don't necessarily love. Maybe if I just change the sparsity a little bit. Oh yeah, that helps. Yeah, because now it's just going over the hard shoulder, which I can live with. Okay, now we just got to copy over the crash barrier stuff, and we're good. Now this will be interesting because they are these two are both green nodes, which means they're not going to really play nice with each other. And plus I think, yeah, this is a slightly different width, but that's easy to sort because I can just go here and say, okay, that's why I want this. You can just go like so, and now it'll be the exact same. So then when I go and grab this, snap it into that, when I do that, so what I can do here is go to end, you end, and then we just gotta kind of merge them in like so. There we go. There is a little gap, but nothing that's noticeable. And it looks seamless. It looks like nothing's wrong at all. Then we just gotta do the normal crash barrier. Let's just get that round and spin it round like that. That one's easy. Sort of. We need to break it up. Oh yeah, because it's not seeing the it's not here. S3 North to A2 will still only have 2 lanes. Pretty certain it's only 2 lanes in real life. I can have a look. Yeah, it's all still 2 lanes all the way up to the A2. So in real life, so obviously we're gonna keep it like that. Yeah, we're just gonna do the crash barrier on the side as well. And here we just gotta... Okay, yeah, here's another situation where it's 2 green nodes at the very end here. And we'll just do the exact same thing. You are a none. You... Oh, okay, wrong bit. You're also none. And... Yep, practically seamless. And now let's just copy over the fencing. Then we do the same on this side. And again, same thing, so let's do this. Okay, this doesn't really need to do like a start-end sort of thing. It's still relatively the same. Just kind of do that. There we go. And then there's this segment pretty much complete. Other than tree walls. Let's get tree walls in. We need a tree wall. I want to make this 900. And this also 900. No, let me just hide the vegetation for a second. And yeah, the same thing. And we will respond in the same way. There we go. And then we just gotta do this side. Snap it into this. And also sort that out. Okay, let me set these to all 1400. Look at that. That is some scenery. Now just gotta get more of the tree walls. Oh, and you saw that out. Let's do that now. This can be. Yeah, let's do the British stuff again. That one. There we go. And we just gotta finish off this. And for now, I'll just send it like this. Obviously, in my own time, I'm gonna go ahead and make this look a little more bearable. And then I just need to... I think what I'll do... No, let's copy it all over anyway. do that. Then I'm just going to copy and invert geometry. Where is that? There it is. So then this will be, we will simply do that. And then simply grab this, do that. And then this will end like that. So then, see? Almost smooth. There we go. So I'm missing a bit. Ah! Somehow I didn't see that when I was mapping this area. There we go. I also didn't do the, this. There we go. You know, that all looks good to me. Nice. Right, where was I? Oh, yes. Let me just copy the one from up here. And we'll just continue that one out, which... right. What I like to do is just do that so I can still access everything from this bit. Okay, I just need to... grab that again and say you go here. Like so. You go here. Like so. Where? Oh, it went this way. And this will be the first... Ooh, I don't like that piece of vegetation. I think that's just always going to be like that somewhere, so I'm fine with that. Just one. Yeah, this bit will be where you'll slowly drive up to what is the rest of the map. To be honest, I could just do the... Oh wait, I need to do the fences. So I could do this exact same thing for that southern section where it also meets with the normal game stuff, is just do this with this default preset, because this is pretty solid. There we go. Lovely, lovely stuff right here. Obviously, like I said, I'll sort this out in my own time. And now if I go across, this whole thing's pretty much done in terms of the detail work. Signage and it, like I said, this will need to be done. And to be honest, I want to replace this. So I don't want to do that. I want to go with... I need to grab... Open the prefab menu. So I want to get UN, take away LH for the left, because we don't want left-hand drive. We want 1 to 1, 2 to 2. Should probably put 4 meters. There we go. Nothing insane, just a simple prefab to finish off this side. There we go. That'll make merging it a lot easier. So I can, what I might just do is slap some forest, some pretend forest. Maybe I might put some fields here, I don't know. Put some pretend forest just to kind of blend it in. But the rest of this is, like I said, yeah, there still needs to be some detail work, but like I said, I'll do that at my own time. It's really close to being done now. So look at how all this is coming together. Okay, I would say this is a good point where we're going to end the stream. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes, so it's been a nice and long stream. And we've managed to completely detail up a intersection. I'd say that's a pretty successful stream. So yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this process and everything. You can see how long it does take to do something like this. Not exactly something that could just be whipped up and finished. But, you know, that's the fun of it. It is an art form. And yeah, so let's go to that. So yeah, thanks for everyone for joining the stream today and chatting and everything. It's been very greatly appreciated. Possible stream in the future, maybe. I am preparing for university. I'm going to be moving to Wales next month, so I am kind of focusing on that a lot at the moment over doing a lot of other things. But hopefully a stream soon. Maybe maybe the next stream will be driving across this and any other potential new content that might be coming up in the future version. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream, or if not, then you'll see Richie or someone else. You'll see them on the next stream or video. So yeah, hope everyone's had a good day, or if you haven't, or what am I saying? Hope everyone has a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.